Welcome to another episode of Source and Company. I am your host, Source, of course. As always, you can follow me on TikTok. As long as TikTok stays active, you never know at this point. Instagram, Source and Company, Source, of course, on Instagram, Source and Company on YouTube. I started a Blue Sky. I posted something. I haven't been back to it since. I don't know. I can't rock with all these other platforms. I need TikTok to stay where it is because that is my bread and butter. And rock with me here, rock with me there, rock with me everywhere. All right. Anyway, today is what, January 20th. Happy Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. As much as this day belongs to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., there's a cloud over it for many. Apparently not enough to overturn a vote, but a cloud over it for many as it is inauguration day for the next leader of the free world, who is a former leader of the free world, which makes literally no sense at all. Anyway, this ain't about that. I'm just saying that that's what's happening today. It's Monday. You know what it is. They can kick rocks. For real. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. And we're gonna move on to some bigger and better things. Like us. TikTok. What up? TikTok was, well, okay. The bad part is TikTok takes us back to those same people. So there was a fake ending to TikTok for U.S. citizens, U.S. users. The app was supposed to be banned as of January 19th. Apparently, January 18th, at some random time, 8, 9, I don't know what time it was, the app just went down, shut down, and no one else was able to access it. After that, everybody lost their minds, of course. I heard there was a lot of reckless talk from people in other countries who thought that they was going to be the big dogs of TikTok. I found that to be amusing. I never went back and looked further into it, but I did hear that some users from other countries were feeling themselves a little bit. It was like, yeah, this my bike, punk. Like I don't know what they thought. I don't know what they thought. They thought it was over for us. As y'all know, I never did. I said we'd be here. We are here, and cool. But I did not expect that at all, though. And even though it happened, I still didn't think it was going to last. But either way, I did not expect to lose access at all. I just thought it would be disbanded. You can't do anything new at this point until we do whatever. And then today, on the 20th, they would, or tomorrow probably, they would sign whatever they're going to sign and allow TikTok. It was all just a ploy. It's a setup. We are pawns in a game of foolishness. We're just pawns. And I feel bad for the people who have created a life, a means of income through TikTok, who thought that their means of income was gone. So they're looking to change their life like that and actually go back to whatever they were doing prior to fame and fortune of TikTok. Because everybody still got to eat, But thankfully that was short-lived. But again, we're just pawns in a game, whether it's political, whatever the case may be. It's all about the money. It all comes down to the money, whether it's rainy or snowy or sunny. That's the bottom line, and that's where we are. Thankfully, I appreciate the fact that the app is back because it is my main place to interact with people, like-minded people who find me somewhat entertaining, all that good stuff. So I appreciate TikTok for what it is. Don't appreciate being a pawn, but I know what it is. We know what it is. So knowing is half the battle. That said, we're back. The app popped up Sunday. I was actually doing my sports bar podcast, which is my sports group that's on Facebook. We were doing our Sunday morning podcast live from like 11:30 until maybe 2 this particular Sunday. At the beginning, I'm saying, oh, woe is me, TikTok is gone, all that, because TikTok was gone. By the time we ended, TikTok was back. Maybe not in full, in totality, but it was back. I could see my page, as could the other people that were on the podcast. So you're playing with us, man. They're playing with us. They're playing with my money. They're playing with my emotions, Smokey. And that's what it is. Playing with our emotions. Also, creating an atmosphere. Okay, this is not, I don't think this is gaslighting specifically, but I could see how someone could sell it as gaslighting. And I guess it could be. It could, yeah. If I create a problem and then I solve the problem and think that you are going to appreciate me solving the problem, I was gaslighting you by creating the problem, knowing that I'm just going to solve the problem. Make sense? This was a bunch of foolishness. It was a ruse. It's a ruse. I think we are clear. If you're in here, I hope by now you're clear that this was some bull, and we know that, and nobody's gonna get credit for doing something. Like, if you look back far enough, you will see where people said that this app shouldn't be because it was a detriment. How are those same people gonna bring the app back? Did it not become, like, is it less of a detriment than it was when you said it? Because it wasn't that long ago. Nothing changed. Anyway, enough of that. More important things, like football. Let's talk about the NFL. Actually, let me read some comments. How about that? Let me read some comments, because the comments are flowing and I haven't read a thing. Shout out to everybody passing through. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's more comments than I thought, actually. Fly Eagles fly. I like that. I like that. What up, William? Cool. You know what's not cool? Your team at the I'm sorry. Unnecessary roughness. Flag on me. Unnecessary roughness on the birds. What is happening? OG. How did that happen?
What's up, son?
What's up, OG boss man? Did I bring you
Man,
up?
I don't know, boss. I see you on the, I salute to you, man. But I wanted to say, how about them Commanders, baby?
Hey, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the Commanders. Matter of fact, I'm about to talk about the Commanders for real. I'm about to talk about them. How you
Yeah.
feeling? You good?
Oh man, out here in this cold weather, baby. Paul, hey, I didn't even mean to interrupt, and I apologize.
Oh no,
You know
you
what I
good.
mean?
Look, I closed my eyes for a second, looked up, and there you were. I'm like, did I hit a button?
Yeah. Right. I just because the thing said join live or whatever. I just clicked the button or whatever have you
So I
because it
must have.
said something about. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so I must have done it. I must have done it when I touched the screen. I must have invited you. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Hey, look, I just salute to you, man. Hey, but I feel where you at and what you were saying earlier, man. It's all that cat and mouse. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But the good guys are the bad guys. I mean, but that's just me. You know what I'm talking
I hear that. Good to see you, bro.
about?
Happy New Year to you.
Hey, Happy New Year to you and yours as well, man. I'm gonna step to the side, man. Let you keep doing your thing, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Already.
Yes, sir. That was OG boss man. I must have hit the button. I'm wilding. Because I was talking bad about the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's probably what happened. Enigma, what up, bro? VA in the building, of course. We out here. But let's get into this NFL. Let me scroll a little bit. Still got to catch up on them comments. Lions and Cowboys are twins. They are definitely not twins, but I hear you. I mean, they both at the crib. That's what you're saying. And they both sitting down, looking at us. They looking at each other. Both of them looking at us. For now. I'm not going to oversell it. Anyway, let's go back to Saturday. Saturday afternoon, we had the Houston Texans against the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's just get this out the way real quick. The ref The referee blame is OD, over the top, and being overblown. Overblown. There are two plays in question. If there are more plays in question, feel free to bring them up. But there are two plays that are really in question. Play number one, roughing the passer. Here's my problem. Unless I missed it, we never saw the right angle. We never saw the right angle of the play. I don't think it was roughing the passer, but people are arguing it as if they saw the right angle of the play and saw that it wasn't roughing. We only saw one angle. So I don't think it was roughing. I don't, but it was called. We move on. The second roughing was roughing. It was head to head, actually. It was head to head. Patrick Mahomes took off. Two defenders dove in, hit each other for the most part, which is what everybody seems to be focused on, as if they didn't hit Patrick Mahomes in the head, but they did. I'm so sorry to tell you. I wish I had the video to show you, but they definitely hit Mahomes in the head. Boom, forearm to the dome. You can say it was lightweight. You can say what you want. By the letter of the law, it was contact to the head. So it is what it is. People are only arguing the fact because it's Patrick Mahomes, because it's the Chiefs. Now they're like, oh, it's a terrible call. Even Troy Aikman during the broadcast was like, I forgot what he said, but he exclaimed something as if it was a bad call. If you go back and watch it, they kept pointing to the fact that the defenders, they didn't hit them, they hit each other. They definitely hit each other, but they also hit him. And I am not a protector of Patrick Mahomes in the least. Matter of fact, looking outside of what we actually saw happen, which was the contact to his helmet, the fact that a quarterback is able to play around, dip, dodge, and then just slide to the ground at the very last second when the defenders have already committed, that's unfair. That's unfair. You're asking defenders to stop themselves mid-tackle because he changed his mind at the last second. There has to be something in place where quarterbacks have to kind of make that declaration a little sooner. If you're last minute with it, that's on you. You're not looking for protection. You're looking for a bailout. That's the difference. I hate that. I hate two things I hate involving the quarterback running. Quarterbacks that run and fake like they're going to slide and then keep going, that is the worst. But then last minute sliding and looking for a call. Hate it, hate it, hate it. In my world, that would not have been a penalty. In the world of the NFL, there was a penalty. Like, I know it's Patrick Mahomes and people are mad, but those two calls have people acting like Houston played well. I don't know what it. The game was close. Houston's defense played decent, for real. Their offense did not. They gained yards early, but overall, they couldn't finish the job. How you let your quarterback get sacked 8 times? How are you on 4th and short? No play comes in. You still have 3 timeouts. No play comes in. You rush to the line and snap the ball with a half a second left on the play clock. On a 4th down in a critical moment. Why not? I got to use this timeout. It's the biggest play of the game, and you chose to rush and run the play? Ain't nobody out here bailing. People want to be bailed out. That's what the teams want to be bailed out. The fans think the team should be bailed out. You can't play the Kansas City Chiefs the same way you couldn't play the New England Patriots a few years ago and get bailed out. Nobody's going to win the game for you. You have to win the game. If you're expecting the favorite to give you the game, or if you believe in refs doing whatever, if you expect the refs, whoever, to give you anything and you're the underdog, you already lost, because it doesn't work like that. You have to win the game. And Houston couldn't do that. Shout out to Kansas City. They did what they're supposed to do. They will be hosting the AFC Championship Sunday evening. Speaking of going in and winning the game, first, before we get to that, maybe I should read a comment. Offsides on the field. Offsides. Let me think. Offsides on the field goal. Offsides on the field goal. Look, I'm confusing games because my mind went straight to Detroit offsides on 4th down against Washington, which is where we're headed. It was a high chest hit, not to the head. Go back and watch the video. Forearm, bow to the head. We watched it. I watched it during the game. We watched it yesterday during the podcast, and it's clear it was a close up. I saw it when it happened, but again, it shouldn't be that big a deal if you're bailing out at the very last second. But it's the rule. It's the rule. It's the rule, and unfortunately, slowing down, absolutely slowing down at the sideline, all that. The sideline or slowing down at the sideline and then taking off. Oh man, I hate it. You want to get the rules are made for you, and then you want to finagle the rules even more. Come on now, like I have a joke. I'm gonna let it go though. I'm gonna let it go. There's a joke in there. Oh, speaking of the Commanders. Oh, excuse me. Speaking of going in and winning a game and not leaving it to chance. The Washington Commanders went into the Detroit Lions crib and got busy on the people. Man, whatever you want to say, you can say Washington wasn't as good. Detroit was just a better team, blah, blah, blah. Not on Saturday. They were not. The best player on the field was Jaden Daniels. Everything else was secondary. And it was crazy. It was crazy. The wildest part is how easily Detroit, I don't want to say fell apart, but when things went left, they just went left. Unfortunately, that was led by Jared Goff, who I think gets a bad rap because people act like he didn't lead the Rams to the Super Bowl, even though they lost. He led the Rams to the Super Bowl, then got traded to Detroit for Matt Stafford, who led the Rams to the Super Bowl and won it. But Jared Goff led the people to the Super Bowl. Like, I feel like that is kind of pushed to the side because they didn't win it. It's kind of like how people talk about somebody like, you say Charles Barkley. And I'm not comparing Jared Goff to Charles Barkley. I'm saying the fact that you got to the championship, but you lost to the GOAT. We lost to the GOAT. Like, I get it. He lost the game. He didn't win, but he lost to the GOAT. You can take some solace in that. You can take some solace in losing to Tom Brady. I'm saying. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case on this past Saturday. They lost to young rookie Jaden Daniels, Heisman Trophy winner, and Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year on deck. Man, Daniels is the coolest. I haven't seen anybody that young and that cool under pressure. I can't even think of when. When is the last young quarterback that we've seen that cool under pressure? I don't know who it could be. And successful. Let me throw that in there. I don't know who it could be, but it's definitely Jaden Daniels. He led the Washington Commanders to the 45-31 win. Dog, these people had not won a playoff game since 1991, the 91-92 season. Now, pause that. Sunday morning, I'm scrolling social media, and what am I seeing? I'm seeing fans of one other particular team who are trying to clown the Washington Commander fans for being happy, excited. They won a playoff game. They won two playoff games. I'm sorry. They won two playoff games. And my statement 91-92 is the last time they went to the NFC Championship. So these other fans are clowning the Washington fans as if they can't celebrate getting to the NFC Championship. They're happy. I get it. They're happy. These other fans are Dallas Cowboy fans. You know what NFC team has the longest drought between NFC Championship appearances now that Washington is on their way to the NFC Championship? It's the Dallas Cowboys. Sir, people, what are y'all talking about? You're clowning people who just jumped over you in recency to the NFC Championship. Now you are, of all the teams in the NFC, you have the longest drought. What are you even saying about somebody else? Like, what are you talking about? What? Not only that, y'all are the only people to celebrate and holler, this is our year, literally every season. Literally every season, regardless of roster. Y'all do the same thing. And you're clowning these people who haven't been good on a regular basis, but have now reached a point that your team hasn't reached since 95, 96. What are we doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Because that's crazy. That's crazy. It gets so bad that some of their fans have reverted to talking about, well, we're the richest franchise. Sir, richest franchise is in hip hop terms saying, well, we sold 8 million records. Vanilla Ice, you are not great because you sold however many million records. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. Anyway, enough about them. Shout out to Washington for getting busy. I'm a little concerned about Detroit, not in the future, just in this moment. It was a rough defensive year. It was a rough year for their defense, not quality-wise, but injuries. They lost 10 of their 11 starters, I think, before week 9. That's crazy. That is crazy. And they still managed to run off 16 wins this season. So shout out to them. Was it 16? 15 wins. I'm sorry, 15-2. Yeah, that's a heck of a season with half your defense. But when Jared Goff threw that pick in the first half, pick 6 actually, I was side-eyeing. I was like, because we've seen Jared Goff turn the ball over 5 times in one game earlier this season. They managed to win that game, but he still turned the ball over 5 times. That one turnover, that was actually the second turnover because he fumbled. A lot of times I don't blame fumbles necessarily on the quarterback, but in the red zone, you got to be more careful, bro. You cannot have the ball, loosey-goosey, as some people would say, in the red zone, dog, especially against another powerful offense. So he tricked that up. He threw the pick, and then it was, y'all gonna be okay? Are y'all gonna be okay? Especially the fact that they never had to throw the ball like that anyway. That was unnecessary. You know what they could have done? Give the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs, because he was running wherever he wanted to run all through the first half. There was no need. You being OD, which Detroit does sometimes. I mean, we've seen it. The fall down play early in the season, fall down, throw the touchdown, or fake fall down, I should say. But we appreciate it. Reverses, big plays, the flip to Montgomery, who pitched it to St. Brown. That was kind of sweet. It was fancy. It was fancy. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And I still don't know whose idea it was to have Jameson Williams throw a pass in the fourth quarter of the game to get to the NFC Championship when you're already down. Whose idea was that? That ain't cool, bro. That is not cool. If I was a Detroit fan, I wouldn't have been happy with that, but it did not look like it was their day anyway. 45-31, Washington gets the dub. It is what it is. Shout out to Nate from Mankind. Last year, CJ Stroud was pretty. Hey, CJ Stroud was tough last year, but CJ Stroud had a tough season this year. I kind of oversold it because I saw that 9 for 30, I believe it was, game he had. And for whatever reason, that I kept thinking that he had a couple more games like that. He really didn't, but it wasn't as crisp a year as he had last year. Plus, he lost Diggs, he lost Dell. It wasn't easy. And Nico Collins was out earlier in the season, so he didn't have the smoothest season, and he didn't look the best, even though they had a better running game with Joe Mixon back there. Mixon got busy for most of the season, but it did not work out for them either. Ben Johnson. Hey, look, Ben Johnson got a new job. He got a new gig. He about to be in Chicago. So salute to him. Salute to him. I guess we are saluting that man for his efforts. Let's see, golf got rocked and wasn't the same. Oh, but after the pick. That was after the pick. He had already turned the ball over twice. How much worse was he going to get? I don't know. But he had already turned the ball over twice. But those were the two Saturday games. Sunday, first game. I mean, listen, I'm going to show you this shirt, and I'm going to tell you Bird Gang all day. But if the Eagles had lost that game, I would not have been surprised in the least. In the first quarter, my cousin, who's an Eagles fan, sent me a message after the first extra point Jake Elliott missed. He said, Jake Elliott is going to be the reason we don't get to the Super Bowl. That was about to be true because Jake Elliott missed a second extra point at the end. The Eagles were up 28-15. Elliott misses the extra point. 4 minutes left. The Rams moved down the field in a minute. In a more like a hurry-up offense, keeping the defensive lineman on the field. They scored a touchdown, get the extra point, and they're only down 6. For the Eagles to not only go away from Saquon Barkley on a second down, but to we bootlegging, we faking and bootlegging with Jalen Hurts, who can't run. He can't. You know he's injured. They know he's injured. We all know he's injured. What are we doing? He can't avoid anybody. What are we going to do? What happens? He gets sacked, takes us out of any field position to get a first down on that third down, gives the Rams another chance. So if they had punched it in, which they drove the ball down the field, but if they had punched it in at the end, kicked the extra point, and won the game 29-28, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? Be mad. Who am I going to blame? Nick Sirianni? I don't know who to blame. Jake Elliott? It's everybody's fault. Everybody except for if your name is Saquon Barkley, you are excluded from all blame for anything. Even when you dropped the joint against Atlanta, that would have sealed the game because that was a bad call offensively. That was not it. It was unnecessary. But even with that, I ain't blaming you. I'm blaming Nick Sirianni. Thankfully, we were able to make it through the season. We, Bird Gang, 14-3, win last week, get through yesterday, and we still here. We still here. Washington is coming to the crib on Sunday, 3 o'clock. Can't wait. Last game of the weekend was the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. I know it is against all black. Look, in this moment, I hate to be anti-black in any way, shape, or form. But if y'all don't stop trying to blame everything on Andrews and look at Lamar Jackson a little bit, you have to, dog. You have to look at Lamar Jackson being careless with the ball. Of all, this man had 4 interceptions all season, 5 fumbles. I believe 5 fumbles. He throws a pick and he fumbles in the red zone, same as Jared Goff. I actually, in that sports group I was talking about earlier, I called him Lamar Goff. I said, let me get this shot off before somebody else does, because it's right there. I know somebody gonna say it. Lamar Goff, because he did the exact same thing that Jared Goff did in the first half. The exact same thing. Buffalo got ahead. Josh Allen makes it tough, man. Toting that rock. He's a big boy, short distance. They're gonna get the first down. And he didn't even throw. He threw for 127 yards, 127 passing yards, and they still put up 27 points. I know Andrews tricked it up. He fumbled. He fumbled the joint. Oh, he had to pass in the middle of the field, try to get extra yards, open up a little bit, get that thing punched out, and then he drops the 2-point conversion at the end that could have tied the game. But let's be real. Let's be real. It was a minute and some change left. Buffalo was walking down the field, and they were going to kick a field goal. That is what was going to happen. So the only thing that happened was they didn't have to do that. But that is what was going to happen, in my opinion, anyway. Either way, Buffalo got the dub. Somebody had to lose, and somebody was going to get dragged. Lamar or Josh, one or the other. Unfortunately, it's Josh. We were so close to having 4 for 4 black quarterbacks in the championship games. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. I know some of y'all saying 2.5 out of 4. That is unnecessary. Unnecessary. Stop. Chill out. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Josh could run the table, though. Josh could run the table. Anyway, Buffalo gets the dub. They will be traveling to Kansas City on Sunday evening, 6:30, I believe that game is. Looking forward to that. It's Josh's time, because this Kansas City team scored 30 points one time this season. And it was literally 30 points on the nose. They never scored more than 30 points, but they got to 30 one time all season. Buffalo has put up 40 at least 4 times. At least 4 times that I can think of off the top of my head. And it's just, I feel like if there's any time that's going to be their time, it's got to be now. Regardless of where the game is being played, it's got to be now. And to do it on the road in Kansas City would be big for Josh Allen. So looking forward to that game. Can't wait. Sunday's going to be crazy. I hope y'all are looking forward to it as well. All that said, Lamar not supposed to make those early mistakes. Exactly. And since we got you in the comments, are you ready? Are you ready to pull up? Melvin, what up? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you. Let me know if you are ready to pull up. Let's get it. Okay, well, let me break out my phone. Let me break out my notes. And I'm gonna have to apologize, because I think with TikTok being so funky with us in the last couple of days, I feel like the viewership is a little stifled. But we're gonna make it do what it do either way. Like I'm going to my notes. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna check it out. Let's see what we got here. All right, so who we are bringing up today? I actually let me make sure it's just Nate. Let me see. So we have the group Mankind Music Academy. Make sure I'm not messing nothing up. Mankind is a Harlem-based hip-hop duo from the New Rap Order Collective, consisting of Nate and Skyro. And we have Nate with us right now from Mankind. What up, bro? How you feeling?
Peace, family. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Sorry, viewership is a little down. I really think it's this whole TikTok in and out, and we up, we down. I don't know if the people are back yet.
I appreciate getting in front of anybody. I appreciate you inviting me on the platform, bro.
For sure. Here's the thing. I had never seen you all before until who man, I need to invite him. I should have invited him in today. Luke the Heckler is a follower on here, and he had mentioned y'all a couple weeks ago. I went and checked y'all out, and I was like, they dope. That's when I hit you up, and I was like, yeah, share the platform, share the love. It's all hip hop, so we gotta appreciate it. You know what I mean? So how you feeling on this good Monday?
I'm feeling cool. It's a cold one over here. We had some snow in New York. Of course, my daughter had me out there making a snowman.
Respect, respect. How bad was it? How bad was it for y'all?
It wasn't that much,
Nah.
but it was enough to put together a decent little snowman. It wasn't too crazy.
Word, word. I'm in Virginia. We had a little snow as well, but it was more about a week and a half ago. Did a little something. Not too crazy though. Not a foot, so can't complain with so much.
How y'all handle the snow? I know some cities in the South, everything shut down. How was it in Virginia when
Further down south, they go crazy. Here it's kind of in between, but they are quick to close a school, quick to close a county. I feel like people don't understand. Like the main roads get cleared, some back roads get cleared, but in this area, there are some treacherous areas that you're not getting out of, and then you're gonna have a problem if you try to get out. So I feel like a lot of times the schools are closed for those people. I get it, but people get so upset. I'm like, y'all ain't driving no school bus, so what y'all complaining for? Y'all doing with y'all kids at home. That's all. That's all it is.
That's what they mad about?
Yeah. But tell me a little bit about the group Mankind. Is it Mankind Music Academy? Is that the whole name, or is it just
Whole
Mankind?
name. You know what I'm saying? The whole name is Mankind Music Academy, but Mankind for short. Mankind consists of myself and Brian Scarell Henry, and we've been making music since about 2015. It started out in my apartment in Taft Projects. We would host these sessions like 3 times a week from like 7 at night to 1 a.m.
Hmm.
We got an incredible amount of work done in a very, short period of time. That's my brother. So the theme of Mankind is to kind of use popular culture as a vehicle to make social commentary, right? So when we came together in 2015, that's when the Trayvon Martin is happening, the Sandra Bland, and in our community, we kind of just needed a space for people to come together and create and just speak and heal, and it came about kind of organically like that. And me and Scarell, we knew each other for many years. He's an MC, I'm an MC. We both from Harlem, but we had never really made a track together. And from the first time we made a track together, the chemistry was it was like lightning in a bottle. We both knew like, hey, let's just keep it going, and we did. We had got so efficient at creating projects. Before we put out a finished project, we would start working on the next one.
Hmm.
So that's how we get to a point where it's like 20 different projects, and we have all of this content.
Word. That's what's up. I like that. How many joints have y'all dropped?
19.
19?
19.
19 in the 10 years now?
Yeah, 19. And we haven't put out a Mankind project since 2021. Right? The last joint that we dropped together was State of the Union, which came out on Joe Biden's inauguration day. Right? So we're talking really between 2015 and 2021.
Sheesh. That's work, man. Love to see it though. Love to see it. How has it been received by, I guess, by the masses, but more by the people that you respect, I guess what I'm saying.
It's been received very well. In that terms, we've been in publications, but also just in terms of the community that we built, the community that we are part of in New York City, highly respected.
Yeah.
highly respected, highly sought after. Um, and that's what's important to us. Not to say that we don't want it to, get out and get out into the world and be successful, but we love what we do. We love the way that we do it, and the people who actually represent the type of hip hop that we love.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that. And you said Harlem. That's where you are now?
I'm from Harlem. I'm up in the Bronx now,
Okay.
but it's always Harlem. Wherever I'm at is Harlem. So
Shout out to my man Tom Danger. Let me tag my man Tom Danger in here.
peace,
He's
peace.
he's from Harlem. That's what's up. So, what is outside of the community aspect? What is it? Is it something else you're looking for from the game? Are you trying to?
I just lost your volume. I don't know if you can hear me.
College? Rare, rare. She's probably like, I can't believe you just ignored my FaceTime. Uh, are you looking for the celebrity status? Are you looking for like is it a money grab in any way? Which is fine. If it is, cool. But I'm just throwing it out there. Or is it all community?
Yeah, but I think everyone wants to be paid for what they're talented at, right? You want to be able to capitalize off of the gift that you have. Um,
Yes.
Fame is never the thing for me. Um, Whenever I've got to a point in my life where I'm listing the pros and cons of this profession, fame always goes on a negative side, but it's a part of it if you're going to be successful. So
Right.
what I will say is for the last quarter of last year, I've been making it more of my business to be out on these digital streets, putting out content, being on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
way that I really haven't before. And I was one of those people who felt like the term content creator was a dirty word, right? I'm an MC. Don't ever refer to me as such. But I found myself where I'm in a place where I have all of this content, right? And like I said, we did such a large amount of work in such a short period of time. You might get out one single and then we're putting out a whole nother project with another single. And I just realized that I have all of this work that people really haven't heard, right? And then the way that the world works now, putting together a album or a project, if you don't have a certain status, it's like, people are going to hear whatever you put out and they're going to move on to the next thing because that's just the way the cycle is. So,
Definitely.
my thing right now is to kind of slow it down and put out these little internet videos of songs that we have already created. I have all of this content and reach as many people as I possibly can and just make them aware of the work that we've done. When people discover mankind and then they go onto the Spotify and they like, oh my God, I have all of this stuff to kind of listen to. So, you know, it's just slowly figuring out a way how to exist in this current digital space.
I was just watching interview. Speaking of Harlem, I was just watching Cam interviewing Elliot Wilson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because apparently Elliot Wilson said something like seemingly derogatory about Cam and Mace, but it was really Elliot, but which he said in the interview, it was really Elliot hating, I guess, to an extent, because he's older. He's been through the journalism and all that, and now he sees people from other places. Now he has to change the way he approaches the game. So maybe he's not as comfortable. Well, he said, he has to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and changing the way he approaches the game. And I see that you're saying the same thing for you musically.
Like, that's why I'm very appreciative of this opportunity because honestly, this is the first time that I've gone live on TikTok. I'm not a person that normally goes live. So when someone hit me up and was like, "Yo, I want you to go live, man. I want you to do a performance," it's like, all right, let's get uncomfortable. You taking the step to start creating the content and putting it out, and now let's do the thing that you might not be so comfortable doing.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's where we are. The wild thing, you said this is your first time on live. It is. It's at least 10 different people that have never been on live that their first time is on live with me.
I believe you. I believe you, bro. I 100% believe you.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny, but I'm glad. I'm glad to see people doing it. Um, because yeah, comfortable with being uncomfortable and getting in front of these people, small audience, big audience, and you know, letting the light shine.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of which, are you prepared? Are you prepared to do your thing?
Prepared to do my thing.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn this heater off. 'Cause I don't want no background noise.
Word.
No background. I'm gonna mute myself so that my background noise or whatever does not disrupt what you're doing. Hold on a second. And oh, and I'm gonna say it's on you.
Uh, on the seventh day, I didn't rest. I ate and put the rest away. They say that I'm a savior. Your tomorrows are my yesterdays. So let us pray a holy wars just to test the fate. Come off of your collection plate. Oh my God. I levitate for heaven's sake. Make a fake reverend faint. If weapons form against me, then those weapons break. Like break dancing to the record, so the record straight. I sense a plague, you feel it in the air. It's like pepper spray, put pep in your step. Nigga, step away. If Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin plays, you better praise. Oh my God. The God principle, compound star chemicals, the genie in the bottle, wash the biggest shark in the pool, stream of consciousness, Mike Fiend of dominance, light beam for targeting. Oh my God! Bismillah Rahman Rahim. The nearsighted fear what the mirror sees. Self-reflections mirror me. Me or more. Can't be in heat. In the heat of war, don't be a whore. Oh my God! Masters of the universe. Universal laws that were new to earth. The gravity of human birth. The fall of mankind is the truth that hurts. Still case trapped falling's how you break through the curse. Oh my God! Manifest destiny. Manischewitz wine on a registry. Beetlejuice helps a nigga let it be. Long-legged legacy. Got a pedicure for the pedigree. Born a winner, born again, better me. Bad boy turned good fella, no felony. Still getting celery. Back home at the ranch, dip with the cheddar cheese. Swiss would be better, please. This how we settle beef. Oh my God. Peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Barred up. Barred up.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much for having me on your platform. Shout out to everybody there. Please follow me. I'm on here on TikTok, Nate for Mankind. Peace.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely share this. Long as TikTok act right and let me download the the live. They like to act funny sometimes, but we definitely gonna throw this back up there and let the people know to follow Nate from Mankind. Appreciate you taking the time to join me and chop it up a little bit. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think Washington got y'all next week. And I'm a Buffalo Bill fan, but I also think the Chiefs got us. It's just sometimes certain teams just got your number. That last time when we gave them 15 seconds and man still came through, that was when I was just like, man, sometimes what else could have Josh done? So it's like, I don't know. I would love to see it, but I got a feeling it's going to be KC and Washington.
Look, I'm so worried, concerned about Jalen Hurts' knee. I'm like, it's not going to be time. It's not going to be time to figure it out. Not going to have time to figure it out because them people's, if they, I mean, they did their thing last time offensively. Even though the Eagles, jumped out early, Hurts went out, Pickett came in, things went left a little bit, but they still did their thing offensively.
Saquon is that guy. I know I'm around a bunch of Giants fans and they are so mad. They are so upset, and rightfully so because he's a special player. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Sometimes I be feeling like Jalen be having some shade in his eyes when you see that man shine a little too much. I don't know if y'all peep it, but I peep it. I be looking at his face. I'm like, you don't look too happy about that 75-yard run touchdown, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's shots. But I'll accept that because your squad is still in it, so I can't even be mad at you. So there's only four left. There's only four teams left.
Only four
That's how
left.
Buster would
We'll
say
see.
it. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite group
My
or artist?
Biggie is my foundation, but I just love hip hop, man. We'll be here all day. Everything from, you know, Talib Kweli and Mos Def and Lauryn Hill, and Common to like Jay-Z, Nas to West Coast to Dre. Like I love hip hop. I love the classical era, and I love some of the things that's going on right now. I love Griselda. I love Kendrick.
Yeah,
Um,
nah.
you know what I mean? So I'm a hip hop fan. Anybody that's doing it from the heart, if I come across it, it's probably gonna resonate with me. So you know what I'm saying?
Respect, respect. Nate from Mankind, I appreciate you taking the time to hop on, drop those bars as well. Salute to you. Like I said, we're gonna throw this back up and let the people know. And yeah, drop your. It's under music. Mankind Music Academy, right?
Mankind Music Academy on Spotify, on Tidal, on Apple Music. MankindMusicAcademy.com is the website. Here on TikTok is Nate from Mankind. Instagram, Mankind Music Academy. So yeah, look us
For
up,
sure.
check it out.
Word, word. Appreciate you once again. Thank you for your time. Salute and best of luck going forward.
Peace to you. Thank you so
Yes, sir.
much for
Yes,
having
sir. No doubt. No doubt.
me.
Hip hop is in the building as always.